All right, this is a video for anybody that has a Harley and you've had to deal with stripped out screws here on the hand controls. I'm not sure what kind of soft metal they're made out of, but the Allen wrench was totally stripping out. Luckily, I was able to go over to Home Depot with one of the ones that did come out, and I did find a replacement. If you want to do the same thing, this is what I found. It's a 1/4 inch by 20, and they're 3/4 inches long. These are some machine screws that do the job. So just comparison, they're the same size and it's the same thread. That way, right now I'm working on a '93 Heritage Softail. So if you have something similar, should work. But what ended up doing the job for some of the screws that were really messed up and weren't able to get out, I had ended up purchasing this, a speed out, and it has these different size pieces that you can use, depending on what it is that you're trying to get out. This thing has its pros and its cons. I'm definitely not getting paid by these guys to promote it or anything. I'm gonna tell you why I picked. Well, first of all, I picked it because it was the least expensive one that they had at Home Depot. But you get what you pay for. So let me show you the good and the bad about these. The bad part is, well, in theory, this end over here is supposed to, go through, and you're supposed to drill it out. But these things are garbage, complete garbage. Okay, I was just spending forever, tried both directions. You're supposed to have it set to counterclockwise, but it wasn't cutting up the metal at all, like not at all. So what I ended up doing was just getting one of my own drill bits. This is just, Milwaukee drill bit. And this thing, is cutting through the metal like butter. So that's the bad thing about these. Like, I wouldn't rely on this at all to do the cutting. What I did do, and give me a second, I'm going to show you over at the handlebar. So using this as a gauge on how far in to drill, what I did was I got this and I just took it until it hit the edge of this thing, just by using that other drill bit, right? Just a normal drill bit. And once I did that, I had that depth that I'd measured. This part on these speed outs are really good. Okay, I would definitely recommend these just for this part of the bit. So this thing says that it works with any drill. I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice. Don't use a drill, because whenever this thing catches, as soon as it mates with the screw and gets a good, get some traction on it, what's gonna happen is it's gonna start kicking your drill around. It's kind of hard to hold on to. I wanted to do something a little bit more controlled. So what I did is, I got one of these things where you can just put the piece in there. I'm trying to do this with one hand, sorry. But you just fit this thing in there just like how you do with the drill. And then I was able to, get a little bit more torque on this thing. I don't know if it was those screws were super over tightened from the dealership or from the previous owner, but definitely took a whole bunch of strength to get that screw to pop off. Okay, so I would recommend doing something like this. That way you can control the work that you're doing. You don't have that drill just kind of wanting to kick back at your hands whenever it catches. So going back over here to our handle, you just insert this thing. Like I said, I ended up using this tool. I'll wait for it to go in focus. But once it starts going counterclockwise, obviously this one's already been loosened, right? But you put your tension on there, you're gonna start twisting on this thing. You'll feel when the Loctite releases, or the tension on the screw, and you can just go ahead and back this thing out. So I would recommend these speed outs, definitely for this part where this does really well on these screws that are stripped. In total, I ended up spending I think like $11. Okay. But if you're gonna try to drill these out, use your own drill bit. Don't rely on the back end of this. This end over here works great. So this, I would strongly recommend this to anybody. If you find yourself with your stripped out screws, Home Depot, spend just $10 to get this kit, and you can, if you want to, you can go with this different style of screw. It's up to you. I'm gonna see what happens with these. I think the key is just getting some Loctite on there. Don't over tighten, and then you should be able to back them off if you ever need to. But that's my little fix here, as I was trying to replace my handlebars. That's my experience, and so just wanted to pass on a little bit of advice to the next person. Good luck.